When children's needs are met, they blossom. When they are not, they suffer. Where there's a respecting differences approach, all children will blossom. Where discrimination is allowed to flourish, children will become disadvantaged. The following portrays an intercultural approach to early year settings through the implementation of Respecting Differences, a media initiative for children. I will take you through the background of the media initiative, their rationale, aims and objectives. I will link the media initiative, or MIFC, to Othering the Gaze and explain it through learning stories. I will give relevant theoretical perspectives and I will evaluate and conclude. The MIFC combines 5 one-minute cartoon media messages with an early years programme curriculum, a set of culturally and contextually appropriate resources to use in the preschool classroom and the home environment, a comprehensive training programme for preschool teachers, and ongoing support from early years specialists. Their aim is to promote positive attitudes toward physical, social and cultural differences amongst children, practitioners and parents, and to combat bullying behaviours. It also encourages children to understand what it feels like to be excluded and encourages them to be more willing of inclusion. In doing so, it encourages respect and awareness of others who are different. The main aspect of the MIFC is the use of persona dolls. These dolls stand in coherence with the media messages. Tom, who has a disability which explores physical difference. Kim joins in with Bacola, a dark-skinned boy, which explores differences of race and ethnicity. We Can Stop Bullying, and Playing the Same Game, which incorporate combating bullying, cultural differences and sectarianism. The dolls have interchangeable faces which allow exploration of feelings, emotions, helpful and hurtful behaviours. The MIFC believe children are co-constructors of knowledge and identity. They acknowledge multiple intelligences and the importance of developing emotional intelligence in young children. Too Young to Notice was a study conducted by Professor Paul Connolly which portrayed that by the age of 6, children in Northern Ireland are exhibiting sectarial or racial remarks. Dermot Sparks stated a need to unbiased curriculum as children learn from observing difference and similarities, and that by 2 to 5 years they're forming self-identities and becoming aware of gender, race, ethnicity and disability. Early years practitioners must consider their image of the child, as Malaguzzi describes it as rich in potential, strong, powerful, competent. The image suggests that a child is making meaning from events from early on and that they will share those meanings through representation, language, and through stories. Dr. Susan Hill's learning story can be linked here. Engel 2000 states good stories, be they direct or indirect, give us valuable insight into the sense-making component of learning. Learning stories is used to find out about children's learning. You may combine this tool with the persona dolls in allowing children to play out a story or role play which capture the context of their learning environment. Othering refers to the process of the other being perceived by the group as different, not belonging. The outsider, however, has the possibility of becoming an insider, which is where the MIFC becomes relevant. Later on in the presentation, I will go through a scenario in which the use of persona dolls helped a child convert from being an outsider to an insider. By incorporating the persona dolls into children's learning, you are encouraging them to be emotionally expressive and having a strong sense of identity and confidence. This in turn will push them to become more empathic to others. Jacques Lacan's term, the gaze, which is the desire to look at something and the belief that one can be viewed, begins with the mirror stage. In saying that children gaze at mirror images of themselves, this is related to recognition and being seen. In implementing the MIFC, which has an aspect of mirror exploration, you are helping children become more confident and independent. Bandura tells us that children are whole-body learners. They imitate what they see. It is up to the practitioner to make sure that what they see is something positive. Mirrors add unique elements to play and support the child's construction of his/her self-image in the play environment. Uri Bronfenbrenner developed ecological systems theory, which states that everything in a child's social environment impacts on their growth and development. The framework is split into 5 ecosystems, with the child at the centre of these. Each of these interact with and influence each other. and every aspect of the child's life. Each section is bidirectional in that they can affect each other. With younger children, there are 3 specific ecosystems. They get more complex as they grow older and people have more surroundings. Mini-ecosystem refers to the people close to them, family, friends. Meso-ecosystem refers to the community, and macro-ecosystem refers to the wider structure. Bronfenbrenner believes that if these mechanisms were removed or unstable, the child's development outcomes would be negatively affected. Situations involving conflict or trauma may cause this, i.e. the Troubles in Northern Ireland. The way in which the MIFC evaluated their work to determine whether it was effective or not was through randomly clustered evaluations across a range of preschools. The results showed that after 3 weeks of correct implementation, children's willingness to play with each other increased, including some of those who were different to themselves. It also had an effect on their ability to understand how being excluded makes someone feel. I myself have experienced firsthand the effectiveness of the MIFC whilst out on placement in Derry. A situation arose where a child was exhibiting hurtful behaviours, refusing to play or share with another child. I began key working with these and by further implementation of the persona dolls, encouraged empathic behaviours. Thus, the boys became friends. Given the MIFC's strong evidence base that now exists, further investment would be warranted to ensure the full programme is available across all preschools in Northern Ireland and the Republic. Although it was initially set up to tackle sectarianism, it has proved to address all aspects of difference and is equally effective in any country worldwide. In conclusion, the MIFC has proven to encourage children to discuss similarities and differences among not only themselves but families. It portrays positive outcomes for children and it is extremely effective, innovative intercultural perspective to addressing differences and diversity in early years settings.